want to talk about the difference between profit and free cash flow. We've all had the experience of looking at our P&L, seeing that we're profitable or close to it, and then looking at our bank balance and there's nothing there. We're always short of cash. So why is that? How do we improve our free cash flow and drive that in our business? So let's first look at how we get to free cash flow. So free cash flow is you can get there two ways. Net income plus you add back non-cash expenses like depreciation and amortization. You take out CapEx, and then you take out the changes in working capital. The other way to get there is starting with the cash flow statement, and you just take out capital expenditures. But for our purposes, let's go from this idea of net income plus amortization plus depreciation minus CapEx minus changes in working capital. So for a lot of businesses, there's very little depreciation and amortization, and I'm going to say there's, for our purposes, none of those, and I'm also going to say there's no CapEx to keep this relationship simple. So it's really coming down to changes in working capital, which is true for most brands. That's really the driver. All right, so let's go back to our hypothetical example. We have this business. It is cooking along at a perfect $1 million every month. No changes, 12% operating profit margin, so it makes $120K every month. So what does this look like? Well, you can see the blue line is operating profit, perfectly flat, and the red line, free cash flow, is moving around slightly based on the number of days. That's why you see this spike between February, 28 days, and March, 31 days, right? So that's what's driving. Now let's put in a more realistic set of sales. So this business now has kind of a seasonality to it, much higher sales in November and December. All right, so now what happens? Well, you see a massive change, right, in the variation between the free cash flow. So operating profit's going up a little, but free cash flow is moving around a ton. So what is driving it? It's really coming down to our net working capital. So let's go and review what changes in net working capital look like. It's your changes in inventory, right? So if you buy more inventory, you have less cash. If you sell a lot more, you have less inventory and you have more cash. If you change your days sales, like you collect your money faster, more cash. Collect your money slower, less cash. Days payable, you increase those, you have more cash. So those are the things that are moving it. And that changes in your net working capital are driving the ups and downs of your free cash flow. So our goal here is to really reduce the amplitude of those swings between the positive and negatives, make it easier for us to manage this business and handle the cash needs of this business. So I've set up a very simple thing here. I have a H1, first half and second half. And let's move our days inventory from 200 in the first 6, and magically we're going to move it overnight for the purposes of this to 60 days. All right, now look what happens. We have the same swings back and forth, but then starting in July, we have this massive spike. Hey, we got a lot more cash because we're using more inventory. But now we get this much tighter adherence to the operating profit. Let's do the same thing for days payables. Let's move it out to 60 days, which would be awesome if we could do it. The spike gets even bigger in July, but now we have this super tight adherence. So what your goal is, and you can see, look at net working capital as a percentage of net sales. It's up above 200%, and then we dramatically drop it. Now it's down at 16, 17. So your ability to manage your net working capital and bring it down dramatically reduces the amplitude, makes the business much easier to run, prevents you from running out of cash, and provides you the cash to grow. This is Ben Trigo from Elephant Herd Consulting. If you have questions about this or you need help with your finances for your brand, reach out.